Have you ever walked out of an exam hall just feeling like you studied all the wrong things? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. But what if you could actually crack the code? What if you knew exactly what to focus on for the SSC MTS exam? Well, that's what we're going to do today. We are going to dissect the latest paper question by question to give you a real strategic advantage. Let's dive in. So this is the big question, isn't it? It is so easy to get lost in all the rumors and, these vague summaries you see online. But in this explainer, we're cutting straight through all that noise. We're going to look at the actual questions that showed up to find the patterns and build a solid study plan based on cold, hard data. And here's our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with history and polity, then jump right into the economy and science breakdown. After that, we'll tackle general and current affairs, and then, this is the most important part, we'll pull it all together into an actionable revision plan for you. We'll even put a spotlight on a super high-yield topic before we talk about your next step. Okay, first up, the heavy hitters, history and polity. Now, these sections are absolute cornerstones of the exam, but the real key is knowing where to focus your energy. So let's see what the latest paper is telling us. Here we go, our first question, pulled straight from the history section. It's specific, it's factual, and it's a perfect example of what the examiners are looking for. Any ideas? The answer is Humayun. But listen, the real takeaway here isn't just the name. It's the fact that the Mughal Empire is a recurring high-yield topic. Our analysis shows that questions about it pop up in pretty much every single shift of the exam. So mastering this dynasty, it's not just helpful, it is absolutely essential. All right, let's look at polity. This question gets right to the heart of India's governance structure. See, it's not about some random, obscure detail, but about understanding the core framework of the Constitution itself. And the answer is Part IX. This is a perfect example of the exam's focus on foundational knowledge. Knowing about the Panchayati Raj system and exactly where it fits into the Constitution is a must-have for getting a high score. Okay, let's switch gears and talk economy and science. These questions are always a fascinating mix of recent events and, those timeless scientific principles. Let's take a look. Now, check this out. This isn't some dusty old economic theory. It's a huge event from just a few years back. This is a crystal clear signal that you need to be on top of major developments in big sectors, especially banking. Yep, that merger happened in 2019. This shows that recent financial history, particularly major events like bank mergers, is totally fair game. So you've got to make sure you're up to date. And now for something completely different. From the world of high finance, we're jumping straight into biology. This question just goes to show you how broad the general science section can really be. It's a classic biology fact. The answer is 3. And yeah, it's a simple number, but it makes a really important point. Don't get so caught up in all the complex stuff that you forget the basics. The exam still really values that fundamental scientific knowledge. Next up, general and current affairs. This is where we look at the topics that are making headlines and, no surprise, also making their way into the exam. It's all about what's happening right now in the world. Here's a perfect example. A question on the Global Firepower Index asked which country was ranked number 1. The answer is the United States. But for you, it's just as crucial to know that India is ranked 4th. This is a huge sign that these global indexes are a hot topic. And here's another one, capping right into major international policy. The COP28 summit was a massive global event, and its outcomes are clearly considered need-to-know information. The target year is 2030, so the bottom line is this. You need to be following major international agreements and summits. They are an absolute goldmine for current affairs questions. Okay, so we've analyzed the questions. Now for the really fun part, turning all that analysis into a concrete plan of action. This is your data-driven study guide, your secret weapon for the exam. Let's walk through this together. For history, you need to lock down the major dynasties, Mughal, Gupta, and Maurya, and the key events of the independence struggle. For polity, focus on amendments and really go deep into those fundamental articles, like Article 19. In economics, banking and the 5-year plans are your top priorities. And for current affairs, just like we saw, you've got to master the recent global indexes. See? This isn't guesswork. It's a strategy based directly on the paper itself. Now I want to give you a little taste of what a deep dive into a high-yield topic really looks like.
Our analysis shows that Jainism and Buddhism are always hot topics, so it's put them right in the spotlight.
This slide is a great example of how you can study way more effectively. It organizes key, comparable facts that are asked all of the time. Mahavira left home at 30, Buddha at 29. Mahavira attained enlightenment at 42, Buddha after 49 days of meditation. Mahavira passed away at 72, Buddha at 80. Studying topics this way, by comparing and contrasting, is a seriously powerful revision technique.
Wow, we have covered a lot of ground today. We've cracked the code of the latest paper, and we've built a blueprint for your success. So now it's time to talk about your next step.
And there you have it. The detailed analysis, the focused plan, the power is now in your hands. So take another look back at that checklist. Which area are you going to tackle first? What's the very first step you're going to take to turn this insight into a higher score? Let that question be your guide.